Hello everyone and welcome back to MythoGaming. I know we were going to do another Spiral, but this week I kind of felt like, because it's Halloween, let's do a level from Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines, and we're going to be doing the spookiest level in the entire game, which is the Ocean House Hotel.
Third time's a charm.
They did not need to know that, Dylan.
No, you listen here. I had some of my best commentary in that video, but OBS fucked up.
Yeah, alright.
I have some of my
behind the scenes
best
stuff.
Yeah, I had some of my best fucking jokes in there, and now I'm pissed. That's why we brought Sauron on, because we needed somebody else, because I couldn't do this by myself with Brett again. Needed some more fucking material. God damn it!
All right. So here we are, spooky hotel, and visible skybox lines. So.
All right.
So,
fun fact: I've never played this game.
You should. It's buggy, but it's really great. In fact, that's kind of what could be said for all the games Troika made, and they only ever made.
See, you have to understand.
They only made 3 games.
Something about me, though.
What?
You have to understand something about me, though. I am racist towards vampires. I am of the opinion that I'm with Blade. Kill them all. I'm sorry. It's just one of those things where it's like, oh, they want to act all superior. It's like, man, you can't even go outside at certain times of the day.
Yeah.
Sitting there like, oh, I'm gonna suck your blood. It's like, man, I hope I give you hepatitis.
Yeah, the Camarilla are like that. Sabat. They think they own the world. And then you got the Anarchs.
Yeah, I know there's like the different types of vampires when it comes to this. I know some stuff about this world and
Yeah. Well, it's
things like that.
In this case, it's the different factions, and then there's all the vampire clans. It's a very intricate and complex system.
Maybe for Halloween.
Go ahead.
Maybe for Halloween, you can go as Blade.
Oh yeah, it's so original.
Well, no. But here's the thing. Aren't you light skinned? You can go as a '90s animated Spider-Man anime series Blade, where he has that ridiculous voice.
Yeah, because that was around the time of the movie, but the Blade movie. But I think that was before they.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
There's that period where Blade just became Wesley Snipes' comic side. But
well, actually,
just didn't really adapt that with it.
Actually, this was actually right before Wesley Snipes, a few years. So this was going off the '90s comics where he was had a leather jacket and chains and shit.
That's what I mean. There's this point where eventually they adapted the Wesley Snipes look, but before that it was something else. But it was kind of a gradual thing. They gradually made him look more like Wesley Snipes as the time went on.
Didn't he kind of start off sort of with more of a, lack of a better term, blaxploitation look?
I have the picture.
Yeah, he had an afro, like these big ass glasses, and a green or red jacket, depending on the issue.
He started.
He looked cool though. He still looked really cool.
I mean, what makes sense? He started in the '70s, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yes.
Tomb of Dracula. That's where he started.
Also, I'm pretty sure his origin never changed. I'm pretty sure his origin was... Well, obviously tweaks here and there, but I'm talking about just the general origin of his mother was attacked by a vampire, which was Deacon Frost, and then he was born a half vampire.
Yeah.
that much is still remained, which
Yeah.
that's a solid enough.
But by the way, is anyone catching this very disturbing headline?
Yeah,
Yes.
Hotel Hell. Al's severed head found in hotel laundry room. Jesus.
Yup. And now all of a sudden the door just opened.
Son, you need to quit while you're ahead.
Real talk though, Sauron. This is like legit one of the spooky, creepiest video game levels I've ever played ever.
I know this is kind of like the Oh, excuse me. It's like What's that game? Thief, where there's like that one mission where you go into like that asylum.
That's Thief, Deadly Shadows. I think. Ah, shoot. Mouse is not cooperating. There we go. Yeah, Thief, Deadly Shadows in the. It's an asylum, which I think also kind of doubled as an orphanage.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I remember that one where it was generally pretty weird, creepy.
Yeah.
And that's one thing I miss about like 2000s games, late 90s, early 2000s games, where they would just have random moments of just like it'd just be a random level or something where it's just like the atmosphere is just a bit creepier than you would expect it from the game. No real reason for it being there other than like the devs probably just wanted to have some fun.
Yeah. Well, in this case, it fits with the tone since this is a game about vampires.
Oh yeah, it's like already the mystical like element to it.
Well, Vampire the Masquerade always kind of build itself as damn it. It always kind of build itself as gothic punk.
Oh yeah.
Like, I
remember that.
Yeah, like that was always its aesthetic.
Wasn't this originally a tabletop game as well?
Yes, yes, it was. It was. Yep. Vampire the Masquerade.
I always think of this as like, and not to say like they are the exact same, but I always think of this as like, I always when I think of cyberpunk, it always makes me think of like, Vampire Masquerade, and it's because of that, because it's a game, but originally it was a tabletop.
They're hardly the only tabletop games that have video game adaptations. There's also there's Dungeons and Dragons. There's Dungeons and Dragons has like, God, how many video games does Dungeons and Dragons have?
Oof. There's a lot of games, especially like ones that don't really like advertise themselves as Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
If you didn't know, you'd be hard pressed to like. Aside from like the basic stuff, it'd be like you could see how someone might not know it was a Dungeons and Dragons game.
And then there's all the games for BattleTech and Warhammer I think.
Get out. This sucks for you. I can't read.
So you brought up thinking of this and cyberpunk and like the same thing, and just a funny thing through my head.
Obviously not the same thing, but
wake the fuck up, protagonist.
Well,
wake the fuck up, vampire.
How much do you guys bet that's a Shining reference?
I could see it, but I don't know. It's a little too.
Unless it says red rum, I'm not sure. I think it just says
backwards. And it was like a mirror.
Yeah, I think if it was like a generic, it's just a generic get out spooky thing.
Get out.
Child's toy moves on its own.
Get out of the house now! Come on!
Get out of that hotel now.
Right. Stephanie Brown, your vagina's haunted.
No,
not Stephanie Brown, Samantha Brown. Whatever.
Jesus Christ. Jesus.
Not racist towards.
Did you guys catch that?
Yeah, it's
But the only vampires I'm not racist towards are Blade, obviously,
Vampirella.
Serana from Skyrim, yeah, Vampirella, and what's her name from Underworld?
Celine.
Celine. Yeah, there you go. That's it. There might be a few more, but those are the main ones. I think you all know why.
Who wants to read this one?
Murder suicide. Ocean House killer possibly responsible for Inferno.
See, that's what's really great about this level. It's not just the atmosphere. It tells the story through the environment instead of spelling it out to you. Like, you get all these little breadcrumbs and clues, and you have to piece it together as you go.
Yeah, back when games didn't assume their player was an idiot. They just said, like, "Here you go."
Yeah, I kind of miss that in games.
Why Elden Ring was so successful. A lot of people liked it. It didn't hold your hand with a lot of shit. You could have used a little bit of stuff to help it with that area, but you didn't need it.
You know, speaking of vampires, I actually played through like Blood Rain. First game, like
That's
the
another
two
vampire
games.
I'm not racist towards.
Okay, like it's so weird jumping from 1 to 2 because 1 felt more like a PC game you would play back in the day, even if it was on PlayStation 2.
I think it was on Xbox also.
Yeah, yeah, you know what I mean? Like the way it controlled everything, it felt like a game you would have played on a PC. It had those PC kind of controls, you know?
Yeah,
Weird and floaty and shit, but it did not hold your hand at all. You had to, I mean, yeah, it gave you a list, but you had to figure the shit out on your own.
Who wants to read the diary?
Okay, I'll do it. This is the charter remains of what looks like a diary. I'm blind. Okay, just arrived here. At the Ocean House. I can't read out loud. My brain. Sauron, you do it.
let's see. I just arrived here at the Ocean House. We have a week-long holiday here in Santa Monica.
Yes.
Ed.
Santa Monica.
Santa Monica. I can't. Yeah, the text is kind of funky for me. And Ed has booked us a room for the hotel's grand opening. It's a wonderful place, almost magical. The children have been swimming all afternoon. God. I think that's like the 31st. The first 2 days have been almost perfect, except that Ed can't seem to stop asking about the locket I received from my mother. He seems to think it was sent to me by some other admirer. Ed can be sweet, but sometimes his jealousy can get the better of him. Hopefully, he'll feel better. He'll feel better tomorrow. Oh, I see where this is going.
Stuck. There we go.
Sun is out today, not a cloud in the sky. Ed seems a little on edge, keeps guessing as to who my new boyfriend is. Silly Ed. There was a picnic for the hotel guests this morning. Quite a grand affair. Ed is in a dark mood. I don't know what I can do to reassure him that he is my one and only love. The only time he seemed to brighten up was when he was speaking to the groundskeeper. Boys and their tools. Oh, this really is a like Shining reference if it's about the dad going crazy.
Yeah.
We only have 2 days left, and thank God we're finally going home. Ed won't speak to me or the children, and I found him more than once in the bathroom holding the locket and staring at it. I'm afraid he suffered sort of breakdown. I've told him we can go home, but he just shakes his head. He won't look at me. He just wants to go. I just want to go home. Ed left early this morning. I haven't seen him since. If I haven't seen him in another hour, I'm going to call the hotel manager. Against my better wishes, Ed Jr. to look for him downstairs in the basement. I'm going to send Tiffany down to fetch him if... Wait, someone's knocking at the door. Oh my god, Ed's covered in blood, coming to kill me. Locked myself. This is kind of weird.
Yeah, this last part kind of like this is the last part is kind of like where it goes off the rails immersion wise because it's like nobody would write a diary like this.
Yeah, she hide in the bathroom, yeah, like oh my god, Ed covered in blood, coming to kill me. Locked myself in the bathroom. He's gone crazy. He keeps shouting, "We'll be together forever," and will never let me go. Someone please help. Writing page trails off as the end of the page. Okay, yeah, the immersion kind of broke towards the end there.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's okay. This is obviously like early 2000s kind of cheese.
Yeah, where it's like at first it was like, okay, yeah, she's chronicling their vacation, and then all of a sudden it gets to the point where it's like she's just telling what happened. It's like one of the reasons why it's one of the reasons I think audio logs work a little bit better in games, because even though it's not necessarily, it can still be immersion breaking sometimes. Where like, are you telling me someone literally recorded an audio in this moment? But it's like it's a bit more believable than someone literally writing the exact details of what's happening as they're being like murdered.
Jesus Christ! I almost got killed there.
Oh, is the blue your health?
Yep.
Okay, I was looking at the red. So you're fine.
Red is blood.
Well, that makes sense. Well, I was thinking red was your health and blood as well.
Yeah, no. Now you've got 2 meters health.
Yeah, we're automatically like trained by games to see if like red is health, green is magic.
That would have been an instant game over if I had been a little slower. Yeah. I think this UI might have been borrowed from Legacy of Kain Blood Omen, because that game had a blood meter too.
I love how, like, if you look closely, the textures of the health bars look really funky. I don't think they were meant to be seen in this.
Oh god!
Look at the corners and edges of it.
It was made with the Source Engine in 2003.
Yeah, I would say like it's very clear that this was not meant to be seen at this resolution. Murders unsolved. Mother or father could have been Ocean House Killer. Guess that's the couple who was in the diary.
Yep.
Yeah, I think there's a mod for this game that like fixes like all of the bugs.
Fixes most of them because, like I said, Troika's games were notoriously buggy.
Yeah, but I heard of one that's like a big like overhaul for like graphics and such.
Imagine playing this in like VR or something.
Oh god, if you could upscale the textures and you know. Oh, that wasn't supposed to happen. Yeah, if
that's
you
one thing I'll never do with like VR is horror games. Like I like horror games as they are, but you will never get me to play a VR horror game.
I played the entirety of Resident Evil 4 in VR.
Blackfire.
That was a little bit different because like Resident Evil 4 is more survival action horror than I'm talking like.
Okay, but you would be amazed like how different it is being.
Oh yeah.
Because now when it comes to when you die, it's not a pop game that you to just like you don't know how to load the shotgun. You have to load the shotgun yourself now. Like, now there's like the human factor added to it, and that actually makes it scarier.
Yeah, it's one of those where it's like entire everything about it is automatically scarier because it's now literally you in the scenario.
Yeah, but I hated the changes to the cutscenes because they tried to take out some of the offensive stuff, the ballistic.
Oh yeah, I remember hearing about that, and yeah, it's such a weird thing for me when it comes to like Western media in general, where there's like this weird acceptance of gratuitous violence, but heaven forbid if you call someone's ass fat.
Alright, now to get out of the hotel.
It always makes me think of like Mortal Kombat 11 is probably the best example, where like at initial, like before they released, they were like, well, we try to tone down the sexiness of the characters, and it's like you can still rip their faces off.
Yeah.
Oh shit, I missed this. Oh shit, I missed this one.
Grand opening.
Literally the first one he could have found.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, that's what gets me. It's like, I'm about to say the S word, society. We as a society have, in a society. No, but it's like,
Alright, so we got out of the ocean house. Now I could take the pendant to where it's supposed to go and officially conclude the quest, or we could call it good right here. What do you guys want?
I say conclude the quest. Well, how long is that gonna take?
Not long. Like maybe a couple.
Yeah, might as well.
Yeah, because we breezed through this a lot faster this time around.
Yeah, because this time I had, well, the first time it had been like a couple years before I'd last played this game, and this time it had been like less than a week.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's so weird with like just that weird like how like TNA has been mostly like entirely, because there's still people who like it and aren't afraid to like it, but there's this weird like thing where there are people who like so adverse to that where it's like, oh my god, how could you put that in there? And then like the scene preceding it later will be someone getting their arms ripped off, and you just see the blood flying everywhere. It's like, guys, come on now. There's like, this is a weird juxtaposition here.
Okay, yeah, it's like it's fine if we see their innards and stuff, but you know, God forbid we see a nipple.
Yeah, it's such a weird like thing.
Whereas with Japan, it's kind of the opposite.
Yeah, Japan's a bit more of a. Oh, that motherfucker was T-posing all his way towards you.
Remember what I said? Glitchy.
No, he was trying to intimidate you with that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, like in Japan, like not as censor heavy as some people say. They are. I mean, they do censor things more, but their censorship is usually violence, and they're more forthcoming with like fan servicey stuff like that. So it's like almost like the opposite. Is even what was that game? The Stellar Protocol.
Not
I think
even
it's
a
like
knock?
banned over there.
I could have been undressing.
Hold on,
And who
grabbing the
knows what I
lotion.
would have had to do to you. You're here
Hey,
to see
Sauron.
Her Royal Majesty Queen Victoria.
You
aren't
catch that?
Yeah, I heard that.
Ooh, can I see it?
It's nothing against this character, but I always think of Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. Knight in shining armor, dangling at the end.
And then, yeah, I brought that up, and then the next thing I said was, "Shut up, bitch! Let me objectify you."
Of course you did.
Oh, did she now? I spent a few nights with Bertram, and all
I'm
of a
sure,
sudden
like,
he's the
Harley
pox
Quinn,
of Santa Monica.
This character came
Paranoia
like
and Therese have
before
been
Harley Quinn,
bedfellows for
Harley
longer
Quinn's,
than I
like,
can remember.
kind of
Until my
became this
curiosity.
later.
What did
It's
you
just
do?
funny
Yeah.
every time I see this character.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. That she
Oh,
looks
I
like
wish I could do something
that
about
they made
it, but
Arkham
Bertram
and Harley
won't believe it's
Quinn
off
look
until he
like
hears Therese
her.
say it's off. And as I told you, I'm
Yeah, there was
really
Arkham
not sure
Asylum
what
that
Therese
kind of had
is.
that look first.
However,
Her name's Jeanette, by the way.
Nah, okay, I kind
and
of.
she's voiced by Great Lyle.
Yeah. Yeah, you did. Yeah, did you catch that, by the way, that she was voiced by Grey Delisle Sauron?
No.
Yeah.
I've heard her voice before, but it
do
was
you
like
know
I didn't
Gallery
recognize
Noir
the
down
name.
the street? I happen to know there's a charity event being organized there. A lot lots of influential Santa Monicans slithering in for token appearances. But there's one thing they don't know. The whole event's been set up by a kindred trying to establish their own power clique in our city, and we can't let that happen, can we? So I need some brilliant young upstart to spoil the milk. I promise this won't take long. Take this knife. Give the
Take off your
pennies and
shirt
the good
before.
slashing. Don't get caught, and don't turn it into a massacre.
I promise this won't take long.
And
I'm
steal
gonna
the
take off your
charity box,
clothes.
would you? Buy yourself something velvet.
Listen, woman, I'm a committed man. Leave me alone.
I'm sure Therese will be thrilled to honor your agreement when you get back. But in the meantime, get to the museum and ruin those paintings. Then pay me a visit. I want to hear all about it. Hurry up. I can only amuse myself for so long. Oh, and there was something about the paintings.
Goddamn vampires.
What was it? I can't remember.
If we ever do a proper
Oh, well,
playthrough,
I'll contact Link.
you'll be shocked at just how much well-known VAs are in this game. It's not just Grey Delisle. There's also D. Bradley Baker, Phil Lamar, Vanessa Marshall. No wait.
Well, I know for like a lot of VAs, especially early days, were like
Yeah.
there was like a not to say like they didn't have their merits, but there was like a handful you would choose from.
Yeah. There's also Steve.
But-
There's also Steve Bloom and John DiMaggio.
But Brent, they forgot to include the most important voice actors of them all. The absolutely legendary Helena Taylor.
She did this game?
Actually, I got it wrong. Shit, I think I might have gotten it wrong. Vanessa Marshall's not in this. It's who's that chick who has a voice that sounds like Cree Summer, but it's not her?
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
She did a Saj Ventress on Clone Wars. That's what I know that.
Oh, I know the voice. I don't know the name though.
Yeah, and the name's escaping me, but I know her. But yeah.
You can add it in post.
Yeah. So what did you guys think of that?
Not enough tits.
I mean, no, that's what Dylan was gonna say, but
As far as that quest being genuinely creepy and spooky.
it's a cool atmosphere, and it makes me think back to those times where, like I said before, where games would just have they weren't afraid to just have levels that didn't match, like, not in the entire aesthetic of the game, like that didn't match the full aesthetic, but it didn't break it either. If that makes sense.
Yep.
And like, you could tell, to me at least, it looked like the devs were just like, hey, it'd be a fun thing to include, and not like, just have some fun with it, essentially.
How about you, Dylan?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it was great seeing it the second time around. It was awesome.
We'll have to do a full playthrough of this game, and we'll build in this case. I had the pre-generated. We'll build the character together. Either if we do a full playthrough. All right.
That'd be fun.
All right. So this is where we'll call it good. We hope you all enjoyed this, and we hope you all have a happy Halloween.
Happy
Later.
Happy Halloween.
F to vampires.